Good day, everyone. I'll be presenting now the second part of Chapter 12, Enhancing Decision Making in Information System. Business Intelligence and Analytics Capabilities. Business intelligence and analytics promise to deliver correct, nearly real-time information to decision makers, and the analytical tools help them quickly understand the information and take action. So there are six analytics functionalities of business intelligence system, and these are production reports, parameterized reports, scorecards and dashboards, ad hoc query, search and report creation, drill down, and forecast scenarios and models. In production reports, these are pre-built reports that are based on standards particular to the industry. Parameterized reports is to filter data and isolate the effects of parameters, and users inserts a number of parameters similar to those in pivot table. For instance, you might want to enter region and time of day to understand how sales of a product vary by region and time. For scorecards and dashboards, these are visual tools for presenting performance data defined by users. Ad hoc query, search, and report creation are for users to create their own reports based on queries and searches. Next, the ability to move from a high-level summary to a more detailed view is the drill down. And lastly, forecast, scenarios, and models. These include the ability to perform linear forecasting, what-if scenario analysis, and analyze data using standard statistical tools. Business intelligence users are the casual users who primarily rely on production reports, make up of more than 80% of the BI audience. For example, is senior executives who frequently use BI to keep an eye on business activity through visual interfaces like scorecards and dashboards. The likelihood of middle managers and analysts entering queries and slicing and dicing the data along several dimensions is substantially higher. Customer suppliers and operational staff will primarily be viewing pre-packaged reports. This figure shows the different types of users and what they use in business intelligence application for. On the left, power users are those who rely on business intelligence most intensively are broken into four main categories, wherein each category is placed beside the types of reports it uses most. On the right side are the casual users, which are also broken into various categories and placed along the type of capabilities used most. Next is Predicative Analytics. The ability to predict future events and behavior, such as the likelihood that a consumer will accept an offer to buy a product, is a key feature of business intelligence analytics. In order to forecast future trends and behavior patterns, predicative analytics uses statistical analysis, data mining techniques, historical data, and assumptions about future situations. These are recognized variables that can be measured to forecast future behavior. For instance, when issuing motor insurance policy, an insurance company may utilize factors like age, gender, and driving history as predicators of driving safety. Numerous business intelligence systems for sales, marketing, finance, fraud detection, and healthcare are using predicative analytics. The financial services sector uses credit scoring, which is one of the most well-known applications. Big data analytics is the process of examining large and varied data sets in which we get it from the social media, online, and in-store customer data to uncover hidden pattern trends and customer preferences. It helps create real-time personalized shopping experiences for major online retailers. Data visualization and visual analytics tools provide data to help users see patterns and relationships in large amounts of data that would be difficult to discern if the data were presented as traditional lists of text. Richly detailed graphs, charts, dashboards, and maps are used to display data. Next is the GIS, or the Geographic Information System. These help decision makers visualize problems requiring knowledge about the geographic distribution of people or other resources. So their software ties location data to points, lines, and areas on a map. Next is management strategies for developing BI and BA capabilities. So there are two different strategies for adopting business intelligence and business analytics capabilities for the organization. One-stop integrated solutions versus multiple best-of-breed vendor solutions. The hardware firms want to sell your firm integrated hardware or software solutions that tend to run only on their hardware. The software firms encourage firms to adopt the best-of-breed software and that runs on any machine they want. In this strategy, you adopt the best database and data warehouse solution and select the best business intelligence and analytics package from whatever vendor you believe is best. The first solution carries the risk that a single vendor provides your firm's total hardware and software solution, making your firm dependent on its pricing power. It also offers the advantage of dealing with a single vendor who can deliver on a global scale. The second solution offers greater flexibility and independence, but with the risk of potential difficulties integrating the software to the hardware platform as well as to the other software. Vendors always claim their software is compatible with other software, but the reality is that it can be very difficult to integrate software from different vendors. Microsoft, in particular, emphasizes building on its desktop interface and operating system, which are familiar to many users, and developing server applications that run on Microsoft local area networks. But data from hardware and software produced by different vendors will have to flow seamlessly into Microsoft workstations to make this strategy work. This may not be adequate for Fortune 500 firms needing a global networking solution. Regardless of which strategy your firm adopts, all BI and BA systems lock the firm into a set of vendors, and switching is very costly. Once you train thousands of employees across the world on using a particular set of tools, it is extremely difficult to switch. Decision support for operational and middle management. Operational and middle management are generally tasked with monitoring the performance of key aspects of the business, ranging from the downtime of machines on a factory floor to the daily or even hourly sales at franchise food stores and to the daily traffic at a company's website. Management Information Systems, or MIS, are typically used by middle managers to support this type of decision making, and their primary output is a set of routine production reports based on data extracted and summarized from the firm's underlying transaction processing systems. Increasingly, middle managers receive these reports online on the company portal and are able to interactively query the data to find out why events are happening. So this table provides some examples of MIS applications. Some managers are super users and keen business analysts who want to create their own reports and use more sophisticated analytics and models to find patterns in data, to model alternative business scenarios, or to test specific hypotheses. Decision Support Systems, or DSS, are the BI delivery platform for this category of users, with the ability to support semi-structured decision-making. These DSS rely more heavily on modeling than MIS, using mathematical or analytical models to perform what-if or other kind of analysis. What-if analysis, working forward from known or assumed conditions, allows the users to vary certain values to test results to predict outcomes if changes occur in those values. Sensitivity analysis models ask what-if questions repeatedly to predict a range of outcomes when one or more variables are changed multiple times. Backward sensitivity analysis help decision makers with goal seeking. If I want to sell 1 million product units next year, how much must I reduce the price of the product? So this figure displays the results of a sensitivity analysis of the effect of changing the sales price of a necktie and the cost per unit on the product's break-even point. It answers the question, what happens to the break-even point if the sales price and the cost to make each unit increase or decrease? Next is decision support for senior management. The purpose of Executive Support Systems, or ESS, is to help executive managers focus on the really important performance information that affect the overall profitability and success of the firm. There are two parts to developing ESS. First, you will need a methodology for understanding exactly what is the really important performance information for a specific firm that executives need, and second, you will need to develop systems capable of delivering this information to the right people in a timely fashion. Currently, the leading methodology for understanding the really important information needed by a firm's executives is called the Balanced Scorecard method. The Balanced Scorecard is a framework for operationalizing a firm's strategic plan by focusing on measurable outcomes on four dimensions of firm performance: financial, business, process, customer, and learning and growth. Performance on each dimension is measured using key performance indicators, which are the measures proposed by senior management for understanding how well the firm is performing along any given dimension. So, in the balanced scorecard framework, the firm's strategic objectives are operationalized along four dimensions, like what I have said earlier, namely financial, business process, customer, and learning and growth. So each dimension is measured using several KPIs. Another closely related popular management methodology is business performance management. BPM attempts to systematically translate a firm's strategies into operational targets. Once the strategies and targets are identified, a set of KPIs are developed that measure progress towards the targets. The firm's performance is then measured with information drawn from the firm's enterprise database systems. Corporate data for contemporary ESS are supplied by the firm's existing enterprise applications. ESS also provide access to news services, financial market databases, economic information, and whatever other external data senior executives require. ESS also have significant drill-down capabilities if managers need more detailed views of data. Next is Group Decision Support Systems. A group decision support systems is an interactive computer-based system for facilitating the solution of unstructured problems by a set of decision makers working together as a group in the same location or in different locations. GDSS guided meetings take place in conference rooms with special hardware and software tools to facilitate group decision making. The hardware includes computer and networking equipment, overhead projectors, and display screens. GDSS make it possible to increase meeting size while at the same time increasing productivity because individuals contribute simultaneously rather than one at a time. It also promotes a collaborative atmosphere by guaranteeing contributors' anonymity so that attendees focus on evaluating the ideas themselves without fear of personally being criticized or of having their ideas rejected based on the contributor. GDSS software tools follow structured methods for organizing and evaluating ideas for preserving the results of meetings, enabling non-attendees to locate needed information after the meeting. GDSS effectiveness depends on the nature of the problem and the group and on how well a meeting is planned and conducted. And that ends my presentation. Thank you for listening.